Thank you, Robin Kelly. And next is my friend Stacey Plaskett from the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Thank you, Jason. Madam Speaker, colleagues, and members of the Capitol Hill family, including Mr. and Mrs. Sicknick. You are members of our family now as well. Last year, our country demonstrated to the world the best and the worst of our country, our democracy. In Georgia, grassroots organizations, having worked for months to get people registered and to come out and vote, saw the fruit of their efforts as Americans of all walks of life, young and old, black and white, poor and rich, voted and elected 2 new senators from Georgia, showing that your vote can make a difference, can change history, can make representation matter. At the same time, a president, a man and his cronies, drunk with power and intent on keeping the spigot of that power open, plotted and used the frustrations, ignorance, fear, anger, bigotry of many as a fire hose to push away the election results and destroy our democracy. The efforts of that day, January 6th, were crushed by the brave men and women of the Metropolitan and Capitol Police who defended the citadel of democracy, who put their lives as barriers to the hordes of hell unleashed by Donald Trump to stop the peaceful transfer of power. Now, on that day, I was in my office, and I was putting on my jacket because I wanted to come to the floor and stand behind my law professor, Jamie Raskin, as he was speaking. I wanted to be there, to stand next to him, behind him, and show support. I was frustrated because as I was leaving my office, my staff told me, "You can't leave the office, you have to stay exactly where you are." And I got so frustrated, I was so angry, knowing that I could not be with you all. In the Virgin Islands, they say, I like to be in things. And I wanted to be in things with you all right there. And if you can believe, I actually pounded my fist on the desk. Can you believe that? That I couldn't be with you all. But God is good. Madam Speaker, God is good. Because a couple of months ago, maybe 2 months ago, I was walking to the Capitol and Jamie Raskin, in his usual rambling way, was talking to me about his book and wanted to show me the picture that he was using of me in his book. And because, Madam Speaker, you had allowed me to stand next to him in the impeachment, the picture that he had of me was me standing behind him with my hands crossed, being there with him by his side. I got my ability to be in things with you all. The good staff and workers in the Capitol cleaned and prepared these hallowed halls to continue the work of certifying our election. They all demonstrated what is good and right about this country. And the men and women of Congress, my colleagues, determined that they could not be stopped from upholding their oath and their constitutional duty to come back and certify the election. January 6th was and should be called Democracy Day. What of our democracy now? Where are all the patriots who value their democracy, this democracy over power? Not only have so many of my colleagues, so frustrating to me, perpetrated a lie because it is in their personal interest to do so, they have worked so hard to continue to thwart the organization and push for the expansion of American democracy by hindering voting rights and make it harder for people to participate in this democracy. However, like the grassroots men and women who are working to hold the line, pushing for voting rights to keep fair and safe elections, we all here are doing our part for the people on this Democracy Day. Thank you all.